Hello and welcome to this Division 2 A-grade clash between Powelltown and Yea up here at Yea. Both teams with a big game late here in the season. Powelltown sitting third on the ladder and Yea in 7th position on the ladder. And we're just underway here in the game at the moment. Yea with the early advantage. And the pass there that time to Rhiannon Aldos did not quite work out, and it has been turned over going back the way of Powelltown at the moment. And this is Powelltown here with the ball at the moment. Maddie beat with a quick pass there to a teammate. As they continue to work it down the court here. Okay, for the moment with the ball here at the moment is Tamara Morris-Thomas. Short pass back that time there to Jarvie. And now Aldos puts that through in the first goal of the game, going the way of the Tigers. So a good start for the home team. Just the start that they would have been wanting. As Powelltown work the ball into their half of the court here. Pass goes out wide here to DeBuff. Now the ball back in the hands here of Haynes. Haynes just a short pass there, that time to Ericsson. And now Yea on the counter attack here, getting up the court there. That time was Hendry. Another short pass here. That time it went to O'Dwyer. Good pass over the top, Aldos is there. Knocked out of play for the moment by Maddie Beat. And Powelltown regain possession of the ball. Beat looks around for options. That pass, Aldos just kept it in. Barber couldn't quite take it that time. They work around to the court. It's cut off that time there by Off. Or Caneva. So now Barber. Good pass to Caneva. Caneva, good pass there that time. And that is a very, very good pass that time to Stanley. And Stanley puts it through. And Powelltown put through another goal. So to Buff here in the centre. That's a good pass there that time to Ericsson. Good long pass that time in the direction of Stanley, but just couldn't quite hold on to it, so it goes out of bounds. And Alicia McLeod for Yea. Can get the moving out of defence here. So McLeod, that's cut off there beautifully that time by Ericsson. Pass went in the direction to Stanley. The ball goes out of bounds though for the time being. And they put it through for another goal here, Powelltown. So good start for the Demons as the ball goes back in the centre here with Jarvie. Jarvie with a lateral pass there to Bridget O'Dwyer. Ball goes inside the attacking third here for Yea. So now with the ball here is Tamara Morris-Thomas. Good pass in the direction of Aldo's. Again, she put this through for the Tigers, just falls short, but Aldo's will have another go at it. And this time she puts it through. So second time lucky there for Aldo's. Put through the goal, and now it's to Buff here in the centre. And Powelltown are broken too early, so the ball to be taken here by Yates in the hands here of Bridget O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer gets the ball back there from Jarvie. Inside the attacking third here, it was fumbled that time by Morris-Thomas. Jarvie got in there again. The pass that time to Hendry, not a bad one, but Hendry fumbled. Kept it in play though, now it's turned over. And Beat will take the ball. Just size up the options first. Short pass there to Barber. Barber, a good pass to Buff. Buff fumbled and it's cut off here by Jarvie. And now the ball to be taken by Bridget O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer sizes up the options here. Looked at Jarvie, but in the end decided to go to Morris-Thomas. Morris-Thomas goes out wide that time to Hendry. Hendry to Aldo's. He has another shot and puts it through. So she's had a good start to the game here so far, has Round and Aldo's. And Yale started off this game not too badly at the moment. That's a good pass that time to Morris-Thomas. She goes in the direction of Aldo's. Aldo's back to Jarvie. Ball fumble that time. Kept in play here by Caneva. Caneva short pass to Buff. Back to Caneva. Caneva fumbled. And it's picked up here by Morris-Thomas. And she does that pretty well to Aldo's. Aldo's back to Morris-Thomas. Morris-Thomas back here to Ruby O'Dwyer. That's a good pass to Aldo's in good position. Has another shot at goal, doesn't quite get it, and Caneva got to it first that time. So now Powelltown on the counter-attack here. This is to Buff, back to Caneva. Caneva pops it over the top here to Barber. Caneva once again. Barber's got it here. Another short pass here to Haynes. So just a momentary stop and play here. Haynes now told to go. Short pass here to Buff. That's a good pass there in the direction of Stanley. And she puts it through, and they get one back here, do the Demons. And a Buff to take the ball in the centre here. She sizes up the options. Short pass here this time to Ericsson. And that's a good long pass there. Fired it in that time to Ruby O'Dwyer. And she wasted absolutely no time getting it to Bridget O'Dwyer. The Buff fumbled. Anyone's ball here at the moment. It is picked up by O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer with a good pass that time to Hendry. Now Morris-Thomas does that pretty well here to Aldo's, who started this game pretty well. Is that going to go through? No, it's cut off by Beat. Just falling short, pass goes out wide here to Barber. Barber looks inboard and goes to Caneva. Caneva now up the court here, this time to DeBuff. DeBuff looks around, passes up the line here to Ericsson. Caneva, now they're inside the attacking third. Ericsson, knocked away there by Jarvie. Now DeBuff. And knocked away that time there by Ruby O'Dwyer, but ball to be taken here by Ericsson. So Ericsson looking for Stanley. Pops over the top and Stanley does that pretty well. Doesn't quite get it. Recovers it though, so she'll go again and this time puts it through. So another goal here for the Demons. So searching around here. Hendry got onto the ball that time. Ball being taken here by Bridget O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer, that time went to Jarvie. Jarvie recovers it. Aldo's, it was knocked away beautifully by Caneva though. Hendry recovered it well, goes to Aldo's, it's gone through her legs. But Aldo's now will have the shot, and Aldo's puts it through, so another goal here for the Tigers. And DeBuff, wasting no time here in the centre, she goes to Haynes. Haynes tries to go back in, ball to DeBuff, but they've cut it off here, the Tigers, and they've done this pretty well, wasting no time getting that pass to Hendry, but beautifully cut off here by Beat. She goes with a short pass to Caneva, now to Barber, or DeBuff I should say, size up the options, now it's Barber. They've lost the ball again here though, the Tigers now. Doe's got out the back. She wasn't man, she has the shot, doesn't quite make it work, she recovers it though. Doesn't quite get that one, now it's Hendry. So Hendry will have the shot, and Hendry doesn't quite put it through. Aldo's tried to keep it in play but couldn't do so, so now it's Beat. Beat with a short pass here to Caneva, back to Beat. Sizes up the options and pops it over the top here to DeBuff. Now Barber's got it, short pass here to Ericsson, back to Barber. Now a lateral pass here to Caneva, right on her measure. Good pass here to DeBuff. DeBuff size up the options, goes to Stanley. Short pass, Ericsson's got it now. And Ericsson doesn't quite get it. Stanley recovers though, got first hands to it, and she puts it through. So another goal here for the Demons. And now it's Jarvie's turn here in the centre. And she goes with a short pass that time to Bridget O'Dwyer. Long pass into Hendry. Aldo's is there, not in a scoring position. Morris-Thomas has got it now. Wide pass to Jarvie. Jarvie sizes up the options. Now it's Hendry. Could have the shot. Decides to go to Outdoes. He just couldn't keep it in play. Beat done for contact though. So opportunity here for Outdoes. He's had a good first quarter. And she puts it through. So another goal here for Rhiannon Outdoes. And here's DeBuff. Short pass there to Caneva. Caneva waited and got it to Ericsson. Stanley's got the ball now. Goes to Ericsson, who did well. Got onto that one pretty quickly. Ericsson has the shot and it goes through. So another goal here for the Demons. Pretty tight contest so far in this first quarter. Again, goes to Bridget O'Dwyer there from Jarvie. Hendry's got the ball inside the attacking third. Wide pass, it misses Jarvie, and DeBuff got onto it. She goes laterally to Caneva, cut off beautifully though by Morris Thomas. The pass is just a little bit hot. Hendry, Aldo's, short pass to Jarvie. Jarvie looks at Aldo's, ends up going to Hendry. Now Aldo's has got it. It was a good pass from Hendry, and Aldo's puts it through for another goal. Playing very well here so far, the Tigers. This is DeBuff. Try to cut off. There was Bridget O'Dwyer. She's done that pretty well. Couldn't quite keep it in play. So Barber with the ball now. Long pass to DeBuff. DeBuff to Ericsson. Ericsson waits for DeBuff and gets it to her. DeBuff looking at Stanley. She's being manned at the moment though by McLeod. This is Ericsson. He will have the shot. No, she goes out wide to DeBuff. Jarvie knocked it away. So giving it everything they've got, the Yay defenders. Eventually it ends up with Ericsson. And Ericsson doesn't quite get it, but Stanley recovered. She got there first, and she puts it through. So now Jarvie here in the centre. Wide pass here to Hendry. Again, Powelltown are broken early. So this is Bridget O'Dwyer. Good pass there. And ends up with Outdoes, who could have the shot. She goes back to Jarvie for the time being. The ball's knocked away. Who runs onto it first? It's Barber. Barber pops over the top to Haynes. Haynes waits and eventually goes to Ericsson. Ericsson back to Barber. Now to DeBuff. Trying to knock it away was Jarvie, but couldn't do so. Haynes has got it again. She goes to Stanley. And she puts through another one. And so the ball in the centre here now with DeBuff. DeBuff looks around. She goes backwards to Caneva. Caneva back to DeBuff. DeBuff could pass up the line here to Barber. Barber to Ericsson. Ericsson, short pass to Haynes. Ericsson's now got it again. Doesn't quite put it through. Stanley was there, but it's gone too far. And so McLeod will take the ball here. She goes with the wide pass here to Ruby O'Dwyer. Now it's Jarvie. Jarvie's got it once more. Short pass that time. It was back to McLeod. Jarvie's got it again. She's had it a few times here. That time it was Ruby O'Dwyer. Oh, it's cut off beautifully that time by Caneva. Caneva wasting no time, but McLeod did well and cut it off. So Ruby O'Dwyer with the ball again. Pops over the top here to Bridget O'Dwyer. And that was knocked out of play. Caneva was the one with hands to it. Although it is going to be Powelltown with the ball. So Beat pops over the top here to Barber. Barber to Haynes. Haynes looks around. That's a good pass here to Ericsson. Ericsson trying to cut it off with McLeod, but it ends up in the hands of Stanley. Stanley doesn't quite put it through. She'll have another go, and this time she does put it through. So just starting to find a little bit of ascendancy here are the Demons. That's a good pass that time there to Hendry. Hendry to O'Dwyer. Good pass to Aldo's. Back to Jarvie. Now Morris Thomas pops it up. It's knocked out by Beat. Tigers will hold possession of the ball for the time being. So Hendry, how does she set this up? She pops over the top. Can Aldo's get onto it? Caneva's done for contact here. So Aldo's has another shot for goal and puts it through. And the home crowd are pretty happy with that one. DeBuff now in the centre. And it just goes with a short pass to Ericsson. Ericsson laterally to Caneva. Caneva pops over the top to Ericsson. Knocking it away was O'Dwyer. So Caneva, where does she go? That was pretty well done there by O'Dwyer. Caneva got to it first though. Caneva pops over the top here. That was Ericsson. Ruby O'Dwyer trying to cut that one off. Here's Stanley. Stanley puts it through for Powelltown. So they work out a pass here. This is Ruby O'Dwyer. Got it back to Jarvie. Bridget O'Dwyer, in fact, I should say. Here's Morris Thomas. Just looks around. Back to O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer goes with a longer option here to Hendry. Now to Aldo's. Aldo's wide to Jarvie. Now Hendry. How does Hendry do this? Doesn't quite work out. And now Beat gets onto it. Beat wide to Barber. Barber sizes it up. Good pass there to Caneva. Now to Beat. And that is the end of the first quarter. Pretty tightly contested game so far. The Tigers, the home team, doing a pretty good job at the moment. Powelltown just with the slight ascendancy so far here at Yea. Scores 7-13 here the way of Powelltown. And wasting absolutely no time there, getting a pass to Caneva. DeBuff's got the ball again. Short pass to Barber. Barber now to Stanley. Stanley out wide to Mertz. Mertz pops it over to the top. And now Ericsson with the first shot of the second quarter. And it's through, so scores 14-7 here. And Jarvie in the centre here. So Barber, short pass, got it back from Caneva. Now pops it over the top to DeBuff. DeBuff looks at Mertz. Mertz runs onto it well. Now wide to DeBuff. Stanley's there in good position. And she puts it through, so 15-7 now the score. So Powelltown just starting to find some ascendancy in this game. Knocked away there by O'Dwyer. Jarvie gone onto it. Good pass from Hendry. Aldo spills it. Beats knocked it away. Morris Thomas ran onto it though. Wide pass to Hendry, who can have the shot. The ball's going to go back to Morris Thomas. Morris Thomas puts it up. It's well done by Aldo's in good position. And doesn't quite put it through. So Powelltown hold off for the time being. Short pass here. Goes to Caneva. Caneva, that's a good one. Barber ran onto it. Here's DeBuff. Short pass to Ericsson. DeBuff had it knocked away from her. Short pass here ends up with Stanley. And Stanley, done for contact, was McLeod. And Stanley puts it through. So score 16-7 here now. Demons with the first 3 goals of this second quarter. It's Jarvie with the centre pass. Wasting no time. The ball now in the hands of Morris Thomas. They work it around here. Morris Thomas has got the ball again. Searches. Back to Jarvie. Jarvie to Aldo's. Knocked away by Beat. So Aldo's needs to put this through for Yate. Doesn't quite. Tries to recover. Hendry got there first. Now Aldo's again. This time puts it through. So first goal of the second quarter for Yate. 16-8 is the score. And the ball here with the buff in the centre. She wastes no time with the short pass there to, I think it was Ericsson. Work it down the court. Ericsson's got it now. Good pass to Stanley, who had the height advantage in that situation. Doesn't quite put it through. Knocked away by O'Dwyer. And Stanley puts it through. So 17-8 now the score. And it's now Jarvie with the centre pass. And Yave already got it inside. They're attacking third. Aldoza's got the ball. Goes back to Morris Thomas. Morris Thomas wide. Jarvie was the only player there. It's cut off though that time. Barber's got the ball. Wide to Caneva. This is Barber actually now. Pops over the top to Caneva. Back to Barber. Barber to DeBuff. DeBuff fumble but recovered. Wide pass here now. Goes to Ericsson. Ericsson wasted no time getting it to Mertz. And again, Stanley with a height advantage, and she puts it through, and the score is now 18-8, the way of the Demons. And again, they're wasting no time here. DeBuff didn't want to wait another second as they get it to Stanley once again. And Stanley pops it through, so 19-8 the score. Now it's Jarvie's turn in the centre here for Powelltown. Or, yeah, I should say, in fact. Got it to Morris Thomas. This is Hendry. Hendry looks ahead to Aldo's. Aldo's did that pretty well, but I think Hendry's been done for stepping. So Beat will take the ball here for Powelltown. She goes with a lateral pass to Caneva. Pops over the top to Barber. Barber to DeBuff. Mertz. Ericsson runs onto it. Ericsson to Stanley, who's done the bulk of the scoring here for the Demons, and she gets another one. 20-8 now the score. And it is DeBuff in the centre again. Good pass there that time to Mertz. This is now Ericsson. Ericsson back to Caneva. Hendry tried to knock it away. Ericsson's got it again. Pops it over the top to Stanley. Stanley doesn't quite get that one. And this time Stanley puts it through. So 21-8 now the score. The Demons are starting to take control of this game. It's Jarvie with the centre pass here this time. Working it around. Wide pass there. Can Jarvie keep it in play? Yes, she can. This is Hendry now with the ball. Goes back to Morris Thomas. Morris Thomas just puts it up for Aldo's, who accepts it and doesn't quite make it work. Beats try to knock away. Eventually Aldo's claims it once again. Doesn't quite get that one, and now it's beat for Powelltown. Short pass to Barber, now up the line to Caneva. Caneva just waits for it. Eventually Barber provides an option. Long to Ericsson. Ericsson did well with strong hands. Here's to Buff. It was cut off that time by Dwyer, but getting onto it there was Mertz. Stanley McLeod, who's had a tough matchup. Defending grimly that time. Couldn't quite keep it in play. So this is Ericsson now. Short little pass there to Mertz. Mertz looks at Stanley, but goes for Ericsson, who has the shot and puts it through. So 22-8 now the score here. The way of the Demons. And DeBuff not wanting to waste any time. Popping over the top here. Can Mertz keep it in play? She did that just. No, umpire said it wasn't. So McLeod with a reprieve in defence. Goes with a short pass to Jarvie. This is O'Dwyer. Goes back to O'Dwyer. Now this is Ruby O'Dwyer. Pops it over to the top here to Jarvie. Now to Hendry. Hendry to Morris Thomas, who fumbled and Barber got onto it. She just pops it over the top to DeBuff. DeBuff, short pass to Caneva. Caneva in the direction of Mertz. And Bridget O'Dwyer done for contact. So this is DeBuff. Stanley's got it now. Stanley doesn't quite put it through. McLeod knocked it away. And that was very unlucky. Ericsson kept in play and it ricochets off the leg of McLeod. Ericsson's got it once again. She's going to have the shot. It's knocked away. Done that very well there was Ruby O'Dwyer. She wastes no time getting a pass there to Jarvie. Jarvie's got it again. Long pass to Aldo's. Not in a scoring position just yet. Back to Aldo's. Short pass to Hendry. Aldo's has got it again. This time in the direction of Aldo's. I think beat's been done for contact. She has. So Hendry will take the ball. She could have the shot or she could pass to Aldo's. That's what she decides to do. Fortunately, that doesn't work out. Caneva got onto it. Wide pass to Beat. Beat sizes up a few options, decides to go to Buff. DeBuff runs onto it. This is Ericsson. Waits for it, back to DeBuff. Good long pass to Stanley. And Stanley puts it through, 23-8 now the score. And so this is Jarvie here with the centre pass, and she wasted no time getting that ball there to Morris Thomas. Pops it over the top to Aldo's. Aldo's with the ball once again. In fact, that was Morris Thomas. Morris Thomas has got it again. Wide pass here to Jarvie. Jarvie in the direction of Aldo's, knocked away by Beat. So Hendry trying to set up something, goes to Morris Thomas. Morris Thomas, good pass to Aldo's. Just needs to put this through for Ye, just doesn't quite do that. Barber recovered it. Pops it over the top to Caneva. Caneva, that pass there to DeBuff, not the best. And Ye can put it back inside there, attacking third. It'll be Ruby O'Dwyer with the ball. So O'Dwyer, good short pass there to Jarvie. Jarvie to Hendry. And Beat just with that hand on it means Ye will keep the ball for the time being. All she had to do was let it go. Hendry, short pass to Jarvie. Jarvie pops over the top. Aldo's is there. So Caneva done for contact. Aldo's must put this through, and she does. So 23-9 the score. They get one back, the Tigers. And it is to Buff with the centre pass. Working it around, eventually got onto it. There was Mertz. She got the ball back that time from DeBuff. Slipping over was O'Dwyer. They've got the ball now to Ericsson, who has the shot and puts it through. So instant response there from the Demons. 24-9 now the score. And that pass there, trying to cut it off was Barber. It's Caneva with the ball now. Short pass to DeBuff. DeBuff just searches around here for options. Good pass to Ericsson. O'Dwyer defending grimly. Just done for contact here. So this is Mertz. Short pass back to Barber. Mertz has got it again. Ericsson got into good position there, but they do end up going to Stanley. And Stanley puts it through eventually. The ball bobbled around, but it eventually fell through for a goal. And it is out to a 16-goal now, and 16-goal lead now, I should say. And ball here with Yay for the moment. This is Ruby O'Dwyer, short pass to Bridget O'Dwyer. Now to Hendry. Hendry, short pass to Jarvie, and that pass going straight to Beat. So Beat just takes her time, short pass to Barber. This is Caneva, fires one into Ericsson. Ericsson back to Caneva. Don't think she was expecting it, but she did well nonetheless. Ericsson now a short pass to Mertz. Mertz in the direction there of Stanley. It was knocked away beautifully by McLeod, who's had a tough matchup. Ericsson's got the ball now, this to make it a 17-goal lead. Stanley recovers it well. And Stanley puts it through for another one, 26-9 now the score here. And so the ball in the centre here with Jarvie of Yay, who wastes no time getting that ball inside the attacking third. They go wide for the moment here. Aldoza's got it, not really in a scoring position, goes out wide. Morris Thomas runs onto it. Good pass to Aldoza, who's done most of the scoring here for the Tigers. That shot at goal just a bit wayward, but she'll have another go here, Aldoza. And doesn't quite get it. Can she recover it? Yes, she can. Just had the height advantage there on Caneva Aldoza. That one falling a bit short and knocked away by Caneva. So this time it'll be Hendry. Hendry goes back to Morris Thomas. Morris Thomas, oh, not exactly what they wanted. Hit the goalpost, but it fell to Jarvie. Now it's with Aldoza. Still just a bit unlucky there. Just bounced out of the ring, and now Beat's going to take the ball here for Powelltown. So what can she do here? Just short pass here to Barber. Barber, another short pass. Laterally that time there to Caneva. Caneva popped over the top to Mertz, who had to run onto it. She made it work. Ericsson and Mertz, 1-2 with each other. And now Ericsson with another shot at goal, and just doesn't quite put it through, and McLeod cuts it off beautifully. She goes to Ruby O'Dwyer. That pass, though, from O'Dwyer just didn't quite work out to Jarvie, and Powelltown will get it back here through Barber. So Barber sizes up some options, goes to Mertz. And she was affected there, so short pass now to DeBuff. DeBuff just waits. Eventually, Ericsson provided a good option and pops it over the top to Stanley. And she puts it through for another one, so 27-9 now the score here at Yay. The Demons here with a pretty solid lead as we begin to near half-time, and it's the Demons here with the ball at the moment. Wide pass out to Mertz. Mertz back to Barber. Barber good pass to DeBuff. So where does Barber go here? Short pass. Mertz had it knocked away, but she recovered it well. Laterally there to DeBuff. DeBuff just puts it up for Stanley, who just keeps it in play. Has a flying shot at goal, but doesn't put it through. And the A defenders cut it off for the time being. Jarvie has the ball now and fires a long pass and a good one to Hendry. Hendry up the line to Morris Thomas. Got a little bit of contact there, but she recovered well. And now Barber with the ball here for Powelltown. Caneva fires in a pass there to Ericsson. Laterally now to DeBuff. Good pass to Stanley. Doesn't want to go for the shot just yet. Went back to Mertz. Stanley fumbles, recovers. Now the shot at goal here from Stanley, and she's put through yet another goal. So 28-9 now the score here. The way of the Demons. And Yay with the ball here through Jarvie. They just work it around here for the time being. They've got the pass here to Aldoza. And Aldoza puts it through, so 28-10 now the score. Much needed goal there for the home side. And so they work it around here. Mertz wide to Ericsson, back to Barber, knocked away by Morris Thomas. Morris Thomas wide to DeBuff. Hendry eventually cuts it off. Morris Thomas not really expecting it. Barber knocked it on straight to Aldoza. DeBuff just waits for Aldoza to get into a good position. She eventually goes to Hendry though. And unfortunately for Yay, they've lost the ball here, so Beat and waste no time there to Barber. Here's Caneva. Caneva waits for Barber, who provided an option on the outside. Barber laterally that time to Mertz, or Caneva I should say. And it was just a little bit too wide. So McLeod laterally there to Jarvie, cut off though by DeBuff, who has to wait for options to get back. Mertz has got the ball now. She goes back to Buff. Wide here to Ericsson. Ericsson, oh, well done there by Jarvie. She cut that off beautifully. Now to Bridget O'Dwyer. Wide to Ruby O'Dwyer. Aldo's working up the court a little bit here. This is Morris Thomas. Looks for Hendry. Gets it to Hendry. Just keeps it in play. Doesn't want to have the shot. Went back to Morris Thomas. Morris Thomas wide now to Jarvie. Here's Aldo's. And Aldo's not quite. Hendry kept it in play. Short pass to Aldo's, who doesn't quite put it through. Knocked away, ends up on the hands of Caneva. And the Powelltown defence prevails once again. Barber pops it over the top to Caneva. Caneva looks around. It was a pretty brave effort there by O'Dwyer, but unfortunately done for contact, so Barber holds onto the ball, and that is the end of the second half with the score here at Yea, 28-10, going the way of the Demons, who really took some ascendancy in that second quarter after a relatively close first quarter. And we are about to get underway here in the second half, and the ball here with Yea in the centre. It was Jarvie with the centre pass. So here is Hendry. Ball now to Morris Thomas. Goes out wide to Jarvie. Jarvie. And that was cut off there that time for Powelltown. This is Barber now with the ball. Popping it over the top here to Beat, who's now in the goal defence position. So working it around here now are Powelltown. And they just continue to work the ball around here. Morris Thomas to Aldo's, to Jarvie. Beat trying to get in there and cut it off. Morris Thomas working the ball wide, and eventually they get it to Aldo's. So first shot of the second half. Doesn't quite go through. Beat knocked it out though. This is Emily off here for Powelltown. Short pass going to Beat, popping it over the top to Caneva, who's now in the centre position. Haynes. That was cut off though by Jarvie. Goes long to Morris Thomas. Laterally now to Ruby O'Dwyer. Good long pass here to Hendry. Hendry to Aldo's, who's in a 2-on-1 situation. Off. Cut it off though. Goes to Barber. This is Caneva. Caneva wide to Beat. Beat into Caneva once again. Caneva. Past that time, going straight to Ruby O'Dwyer. This is Bridget O'Dwyer. And eventually ends up with Aldo's, so she'll have another shot here, and this time puts it through. So first goal of the second half going to the home side. Yay, 28-11 the score here. And it's Caneva with the ball in the centre. And they start to get the ball moving inside the attacking third here to Powelltown. Haynes has got it, went back to Beat. Beat short pass here to Caneva. Caneva pops it over the top to Ericsson. Ericsson will have the shot, just doesn't quite get it. And Bridget O'Dwyer was there to cut it off. And so this is Ruby O'Dwyer. Wide pass there to McLeod. Long pass here to Morris Thomas. Short pass to Hendry. Looks for Aldo's. Just went to Jarvie for the time being. Wide to Morris Thomas again. Barber knocked it away from her. Got it to Caneva. Barber got it back from Caneva. Caneva, or Beat actually in fact. Now it's to Caneva. Yay, win the ball back here. So McLeod will take the ball. Short pass here to Jarvie. Back to McLeod. Now to Morris Thomas. Morris Thomas. McLeod. Morris Thomas again. Now to Hendry. Hendry fires a pass to Aldo's. Off did pretty well. Wide pass there going to Beat. You've got the ball back again here. So Jarvie, short pass. Morris Thomas. Good pass to Hendry. Could have the shot. Will have the shot. Doesn't quite get it. Aldo's does well though. That fell short. And off. Beach keeps it in play. Now it's off. Wide there to Barber. Up the line there to Caneva. Caneva works it to Beat. Good short pass out of Haynes. Haynes to Ericsson. Back to Beat. Haynes again. Here's Ericsson. Ericsson back to Beat. Knocked away by Morris Thomas. So what can Haynes do here? Short pass there to Ericsson. So they continue to work it around, eventually getting it to Stanley. O'Dwyer was done for contact. And Stanley just doesn't quite get that one. She gets it back though. This time puts it through. So 29-11 now the score. Powelltown with their first goal of the second half. As the ball ends up in Ye's end of the court. Ball trickling out of bounds though for the time being. So umpire's calling for a pause on the clock here. So off to Barber, to Caneva, now to Haynes. Haynes goes wide to Caneva. But again, they lose the ball here, Powelltown. So just a few mistakes going inside that attacking third this quarter. And that pass there from O'Dwyer wasn't the best. Went straight to beat. So off short pass to beat. Laterally there to Barber. Barber cut off by Morris Thomas. Now short pass here to Jarvie to Hendry. Goes to Aldoz. Aldoz back to Jarvie. Pops over the top to Aldoz. Off at front position. Ball spills out of bounds. Which way does it go? It'll go with Ye. So Jarvie sizes it up. Barber. Oh, it spills straight to Aldoz. Hendry ends up with it. And Hendry puts it through. So another goal here for Ye. And it is Caneva here with the ball. And so again, the Towners with another goal. So it'll be Jarvie in the centre here. To Morris Thomas. Wide there to O'Dwyer. Morris Thomas, laterally to McLeod. McLeod, long pass to Aldoz. Went back to Jarvie, now to Hendry, knocked away by off. Aldoz gets it once more from Morris Thomas. Aldoz doesn't quite get it. She recovers it though. And again, just didn't have the luck on her side there. So now Beat ends up with it. Long pass to Barber. Barber just waits. Went back to Beat. This is Haynes. Short pass back to Beat again. Now laterally to Barber. Here's Caneva. Caneva, that was pretty well done by O'Dwyer. Couldn't quite keep it in play, but the work rate was very, very good. So here's Caneva. Short pass to Stanley. Can't have a shot just yet. O'Dwyer's done that very, very well. And the pass worked beautifully to the other O'Dwyer. They've done that magnificently. Morris Thomas just waits for Jarvie. Now to McLeod. McLeod short pass to Jarvie. To Morris Thomas. Morris Thomas to Aldoz. Back to Morris Thomas. Short pass to Jarvie. Jarvie puts it up for Aldoz, who accepts it. Now she just needs to finish off and just can't quite put it through. And Hendry done for contact. And the Powelltown defence have done that pretty well. So where does off go here? Goes up the line there to Barber. Barber short one to Caneva. Back to Barber, who provided an option on the outside. Now up the court here to Beat. This is Haynes. Short pass now to Erickson. Back to Haynes. Knocked away by Dwyer, who's had a few good moments here in this third quarter. McLeod wasted no time to go to the other O'Dwyer. Hendry fumble but recovers. Gets it to Morris Thomas. Aldoz needs to get back here, but Hendry did that instead. She has the shot and she puts it through. So 30-13 now the score. Another goal there for the home team, and the home crowd are pretty happy with that one as well. As Powelltown have the ball at the moment. Barber went with the pass there to Erickson. Back to Barber. Pops over the top here to Haynes. Haynes fumbled it, and O'Dwyer got onto it. That was Bridget O'Dwyer, Ruby O'Dwyer. In a little spot of bother there, but she worked it out okay. Stanley cuts it off beautifully. Waited for Caneva. Caneva could have gone with a short one to Erickson. Decided to go to Stanley, and Ye win the ball back once again. So Ruby O'Dwyer Pops it over the top to McLeod. Well, this is actually Jarvie, in fact. So O'Dwyer has a few options ahead. Just decides to go the short one to Jarvie. This is Bridget O'Dwyer. Puts it up for our Does, and unfortunately it was cut off. Caneva's got the ball now. She goes to Barber. Barber to Erickson. Back to Barber. Now to Haynes. Haynes looks around. And it was cut off there by the A defenders. The umpire saw it differently. Called contact. This is Caneva. Short pass. Good one to Stanley. Stanley doesn't quite put it through, but she'll have another go. This time she puts it through, and now the score is 31-13. And Powelltown continue to hold a pretty strong lead in this game. As Yay work it inside there, attacking third for the moment. This is Morris Thomas. Short pass to Jarvie. Has Hendry loose. Beat tried to cut it off, but couldn't quite seal the deal. Jarvie's got the ball again. Short pass to Hendry. Hendry with another shot. Doesn't quite make it work. Off got there first. Just made it work. This is Barber. Barber fires a long pass. Jarvie couldn't quite cut it off. Bates got the ball now. Knocked away from Bridget O'Dwyer. Actually, that was McLeod, in fact. So now Haynes has got the ball. Haynes short pass to Beat. Beat. That was a clever little pass there to Haynes. This is Erickson. Erickson goes back to Haynes. McLeod tried to cut it off, but just knocked it straight in the hands of Haynes. This is Caneva. Caneva. That pass not the best there. McLeod gets onto it first. Now Bridget O'Dwyer back to McLeod. And McLeod here to Jarvie. McLeod's got it again. Had it a few times in this passage. Risky pass, but it works out in the end to Hendry. Erickson dropped it straight into her lap. This is Morris Thomas. Good pass to Aldos. Morris Thomas again looked at Hendry, but went to Jarvie. Now to Aldos, who had strong hands. Just doesn't quite make that one work. Aldos not quite off. Did that pretty well, but Jarvie got onto it first. Now to Hendry. Could have had the shot. Decided to go to Jarvie. Jarvie puts it up for Aldos. And it's knocked out of bounds. I think it was off the hands of Beat. So Yay hold on to it for the time being. This is Morris Thomas. Where does she go? Short pass out to Hendry. Back with Morris Thomas here. Morris Thomas puts it up for Aldos. Fumbles it but recovers. So Aldos, not quite. And off. Giving her a reprieve here in defence. So has Beat on her own and goes to her. Now to Caneva. Caneva looks at Barber. Goes for Barber. Now to Caneva again. Caneva to Haynes. Haynes fumbles. McLeod defending grimly. And how does the umpire see this? Favours Powelltown. Short pass there to Caneva. Actually, that was Caneva that time. She goes to Stanley. And Stanley puts it through. So scores 32-13 here now. Yay. And it is Caneva here with the ball in the centre. As they work it around here, Erickson went back to Barber. Barber long to Caneva. Caneva short pass to Stanley. Erickson couldn't take it cleanly. Now it's with Erickson again, who has the shot and puts it through. So 33-13 now the score. And Jarvie will take the ball in the centre here. As they continue to work the ball around here, do the Tigers. Long pass to Morris Thomas. Puts it up. So Aldos with the shot, and Aldos puts it through. So 33-14 now the score. As Powelltown are just working it around here. This is Haynes. Wide to Barber, short pass to Caneva, back to Barber. Now to Haynes. McLeod knocked it away, but I think she's been done for contact. So Haynes again, short pass to Erickson. So Erickson with another shot at goal. Erickson puts it through. 34-14 now the score. As they continue to work the ball around here to Yay. Aldos had the ball, passed it back, cut off here by Beat. So now off. Looks for Barber, got it to Barber. Barber pops it over the top to Beat. Beat to Haynes. Haynes just waited and got it to Caneva. Now to Stanley. Knocked away by Ruby O'Dwyer. Stanley with a little tunnel ball there, didn't quite work. So this is Ruby O'Dwyer. Goes now to Bridget O'Dwyer, just waits for Jarvie, but that was brilliantly done there by Caneva, who just went with a short pass to Haynes. Back to Barber, Caneva again. Barber once more. Morris Thomas defending grimly that time, but it didn't work out. This is Haynes again. Short little pass and a clever 1-2 Caneva. But the A defenders have done this pretty well, and they win the ball back. So now McLeod just waits for options. Who's going to get there first? It's Ericsson for Powelltown, who goes to Haynes. Haynes just puts it up for Stanley, but it was O'Dwyer with front position and cuts it off. Now McLeod again. Good pass to Ruby O'Dwyer. All fumble there from Jarvie, and it's cut off by Haynes. Back to Ericsson. Ericsson wide to Barber. So what can Haynes do here? That's a good pass to Ericsson. Ericsson puts it up for Stanley. Ruby O'Dwyer, who's done a really good job on Stanley this quarter. She gets it back again. Now to McLeod. McLeod to Morris Thomas. Morris Thomas knocked away there by Caneva. But Yay will hold on to the ball for the time being here. Oh, that was brilliantly done there, that time by Off. Caneva eventually makes it work. So Off looks around. Good pass to Barber. Barber to Beat. Now back to Barber. Barber sizes up the options and goes to Caneva. Caneva looks around. Back to Ericsson. Ericsson. And that is the end of the third quarter with the score here, 34-14, the way of Powelltown. Much more competitive in that third quarter there with Yay. They did a pretty good job. Just probably accuracy in front of goal at times, letting them down. But as we head into the final change, it's a 20-goal lead to the Demons. And we're just going to go to a short break here, and we'll be back to bring you the final quarter. So she'll take the centre pass, and she just goes with a short one to Barber, who pops it over the top to Murty. Puts it up for Stanley, knocked away by Ruby O'Dwyer, who's been given the matchup on Stanley and done pretty well since she's been given that task. So Murty now in the goal attack position. Played wing attack in the second quarter. Decides not to go for goal. Went to Stanley, and Stanley puts it through. And the score now. Here at Yay. So Yay with the ball here now. Oh, Nathan, I think the stream's frozen. Yeah. You're all good. Audio's still going. What's that, mate? Oh, yeah, all good. So this is Beat here in defence. Short pass here to Ericsson. Now to Murty. Ericsson cut off beautifully though by Ruby O'Dwyer. Now to Morris Thomas. Short pass there. Goes back to McLeod from Bridget O'Dwyer. Looked at Morris Thomas, but went back to O'Dwyer. Long pass to Hendry. Hendry short pass to Morris Thomas. It was knocked away from Barber. Morris Thomas keeps the ball here for the time being. And short pass to Hendry. Now to Aldo's. Doesn't quite make it work. Beat did pretty well. Can Ericsson run out of this? Yes, she can. Short pass here to Murty. Ericsson just took a bit of contact there. Short pass here to Haynes. Haynes sizes it up, knocked away from Stanley. Or O'Dwyer, I should say. Stanley will take the shot, and Stanley will put it through. 36-14 now the score. Ball just trickling out of bounds here. So Caneva now at the goalkeeper position, just as a bit of rain starts to pour here. Short pass there from Haynes, wide to Ericsson. Stanley's got it again. Stanley puts it through. 37-14 now the score. And wasting no time here is Yay, trying to get that ball moving forward. Ball in the hands here of Jarvie, goes wide to Morris Thomas. Aldo's doesn't quite put it through. Hendry kept it in play. Not according to the umpire, so Caneva will take it here for Powelltown. Caneva just puts it up here. Beat got onto it. Short pass here to Ericsson, now to Barber. Haynes recovered it well. Back to Barber. Haynes once more fumbles. Again recovers it. Now to Ericsson again. Ericsson, who's going to win this battle. Murty did that very well. And puts it up for Stanley, who accepted it and then put it through for another goal. So 38-14 here the score. So the Demons with all the ascendancy in this last quarter. As they work it around again here, Barber fires in a pass to Ericsson. Ericsson to Stanley. We'll have another shot at goal. It doesn't quite get it. Rubio Dwyer just fumbled at the wrong time. Stanley almost cut that off. So ball here with Murty now. Now with Haynes. All fumbling around all over the place, and eventually the A defenders do win it back. And now this is a pass here to Jarvie. Bridget O'Dwyer with a long pass there to Aldo's. Short one here to Jarvie. Jarvie wide to Morris Thomas. So Morris Thomas with the ball again here. Hendry knocked away from Barber. So where does Barber go here? Short pass. Oh, gee, fumbled. But it's all good. So Morris Thomas looks to set this one up. This is Hendry now. Wide to Jarvie. Hendry again. Decides to have the shot this time. Doesn't quite make it work. Can never had front position. Falls in the lap of Hendry though. And this time Hendry puts it through. So 38-15 the score now. And inside the attacking third here is Yeh. Jarvie, short pass to Aldo's. Could have the shot, decided to go back to Morris Thomas, who fumbled it to Aldo's. Morris Thomas with the ball once again. Wide pass to Jarvie. And beautifully cut off that time by Beat. She sizes up the options. Good pass to Caneva, up the line to Ericsson. Now Barber. Back to Ericsson. Ericsson looks around. This is Haynes. Haynes to Beat. Haynes once again. Back to Barber. Good pass here to Ericsson. Ericsson to Haynes. Haynes just works a bit of a pass there, but it's cut off that time by Dwyer. That's a good little knock on there by Beat. It ends up with Barber. Back to Beat. Haynes waiting for it, but it ends up with Barber. And Yeh win the ball back here. Through McLeod. This is Bridget O'Dwyer. Pass goes up the line here to Aldo's. Jarvie looks around. Good. Beautifully cut off there by Barber. Waste no time getting that ball to Ericsson. Haynes back to Barber. Just fumbling it. Caneva got up to it. Or not Caneva, that was Murty in fact. Good pass here to Ericsson, running onto it beautifully. Back to Murty. Now to Haynes. Where does Haynes go? Haynes to Stanley. And Stanley not quite. Bridget O'Dwyer just couldn't quite cut it off. But nonetheless, Yeh do win the ball back here. Good pass here to McLeod. Now to Hendry. Short pass to Morris Thomas. Looks around. Now to Jarvie. Caneva knocks that one away. Jarvie will take the ball once again here. What can Jarvie do? Good wide pass, but Beat had front position and cut that one off. As they continue to work the ball around here, this is Barber. And again, Yeh lose the ball. That's a good pass to Aldo's. Can she put this through? Yes, she can. So 38-16 now the score here at Powelltown. Or Yeh, I should say. Now Ericsson with the ball. Puts it up and got it to Stanley. And Stanley puts it through. 39-16 now the score. Demons just getting one back there. So this is Haynes. Haynes, good pass there to Murdy. Good one to Stanley, who puts through yet another goal. So 40-16 the 40-16 the score. So 24 goals the margin, I should say. Jarvie, good short pass there. Back to Rubio Dwyer. Just waits for a moment. It was fumbled there by Jarvie, but Yay made it work nonetheless. Jarvie not expecting that one. And it comes off the hands of O'Dwyer, so Yay hold on to the ball for the time being. Not a bad pass by Hendry. Beat knocks it away. So Jarvie once again. Good pass, but that's beautifully cut off there by Caneva. Quickly fired a pass into Barber, but she's going to have to take it back, Caneva. This is Beat. Just waits for a moment, eventually gets it to Barber. Barber just taking her time, got it to Ericsson, did that pretty well. This is Haynes now. Got it to Murty. Murty out wide to Haynes. And they've done that pretty well here, the A defenders. So Jarvie got the ball to Morris Thomas. This is Aldo's. Aldo's short one to Jarvie. Knocked away by Barber. Jarvie wide to Hendry. So Caneva puts it up for Barber, who's going to win this ball that trickles out of bounds. How does the umpire see? It's going to go with Yay. So McLeod will take the ball here. McLeod just puts it up there for Hendry. Knocked away by Barber. Morris Thomas kept it in play. Getting onto that first there was O'Dwyer. Hendry came in from the side. So where does Hendry go? Just puts it up. Got it to Aldo's, and Aldo's puts it through. So 40-17 the score. Back to 23 goals the margin here, with just a few minutes to go in this game. This is Morris Thomas here with the ball now for Yay. Puts it up for Stanley, or Aldo's I should say. So Aldo's will have the shot. Here's this for back-to-back goals here for Yay, and she puts it through. 40-18 now the score. And Yay again inside that attacking third. This is Jarvie. And Caneva got back, and she's done that pretty well. So where does Caneva go here? Short pass there to Barber. And that's beautifully cut off there that time. Now Doze has the ball here now. This is Jarvie. Jarvie short one to Morris Thomas to Hendry. Can Hendry put it through? It bobbles, and it goes through. 40-9 in the score. 3 goals in a row here for Yay. So a nice little finish here for the home side. And Jarvie has the ball in the centre. Barber keeping it in play just. Good pass now to Haynes from Ericsson. Beat got the ball to Murty. Ball goes back to Barber now. Barber just waits for a moment. And Jarvie just couldn't quite keep that ball in play. So it'll be taken here by Barber now. Good short pass there to Ericsson. Ericsson back to Barber. Barber to Haynes. Haynes, good one to Ericsson. This is Murty, who hasn't had too many shots today. She's only just played this last quarter in the goal attack position, played the second in the wing attack. This is Hendry now. They've done this pretty well, Yay. This is O'Dwyer. And I think she's just accidentally stepped into the wrong third. So Caneva, what can she do here? Short pass that time to Barber. Good one now to Beat. Up the court here. Now it's Ericsson who got it from Murty. Back to Haynes. Haynes, good pass to Murty. Could put through what I think will be her first goal of the day, and she does put it through. So 41-19 the score. with just around 2 minutes left in the game. And now Barb's got the ball, fires a pass there that time. And ball just spilling out of bounds here for the time being. And this is Murty. Goes back to Ericsson. Ericsson back to Murty. And it's back-to-back goals for Murty. 42-19 now the score. And yeah, wasting no time trying to get that ball into that attacking third. And once again, it's Powelltown who win the ball back. Working the ball around here, that was Ericsson. That's a good pass there. Worked very well to Stanley, who finds a balance and puts it through. 43-20 now the score. Or 43-19 the score, in fact. And it's Ericsson in the centre once again. As Yay win the ball back, they might be able to get one last goal here. Barbara defending grimly that time, and she does win it in the end. Good pass there to Barber. Barber wide. Stanley knocked away by Dwyer, kept it in play pretty well. Now Bridget O'Dwyer. Good pass there from Jarvie to McLeod. McLeod, good one to Hendry. Hendry just has to wait a moment. Got it back to Jarvie. Jarvie wide to McLeod. Now to Morris Thomas. Morris Thomas, short one to Jarvie. Thought about Hendry. Went back to Morris Thomas. So Jarvie with the ball once again. Hendry wide to Morris Thomas. Gets it to Aldo's. This will probably be just about the last shot of the game. Doesn't quite put it through. Jarvie now to Hendry. Hendry doesn't quite put it through. So wide one here to Barber. Now Caneva. Good pass to Beat, who was all on her own. Beat back to Barber. Barber now to Haynes. And that is the end of the game. So final scores here, 43-19. The way of Powelltown, a very good win for the Demons.